Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our special Friday live session here. I want to begin by welcoming everybody that has just joined Internet Mastery to your Internet Mastery community. Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this incredible group of entrepreneurs. I want to do something a little bit different today than we've done in the last couple of sessions. I want to start off here by just giving you a little overview of what I covered last week. And then I want to spend time talking about the most frequently asked questions that come up here in our Facebook community as Amazon sellers. So what I'm going to ask you to do while I'm going through the overview is to please start posting any questions you have on any subject that I can answer. We are live. This is live Q&A. And I think even for those of you that watch this on the replay, I think there'll be some huge benefit if we can get some really good questions that are asked. So as you're preparing to post those questions and write them in the box, let me go ahead and just give you a little overview on what we talked about last week. If you haven't had a chance to watch last week's live, you really need to watch it. I spent about an hour talking about BOLO search and how this incredible process of having more than 30,000 items to be able to search for in one place. It is literally the first and only wholesale and retail search engine for products for selling online. And it's all AI infused. I mean, it's incredible in its opportunity. At the end of that session, though, I also revealed the launch of BOLO Search Vendor, BOLO Search Wholesale. And I want to talk for just a few minutes about that because we've had a lot of questions since then that have come up. The first thing that I want to let you know is that seriously, if you didn't watch last session, go back and watch it. It's in the e-library and it is posted in the updates and insights section. Don't leave it early. It's about an hour long, and it is all content about BOLO Search and then BOLO Search Vendor. So I encourage you to go back and watch that if you haven't. Anyway, at the end of that training, I talked about the launch of BOLO Search Wholesale with BOLO Search Vendor. And we launched with 7 products. So we're still in beta. We're still testing the wholesale side. And we launched with 7 products, and all 7 have sold out. So that's a good thing. Later on today, we will be adding more products. We'll do a replenishment of some of the ones that sold out, and we will place more items in the BOLO Search Vendor, BOLO Search / wholesale element to BOLO Search. But one of the things that I think is really important for everybody to understand is that BOLO Vendor is set up as a wholesaler, and it isn't set up to just buy things to hope to get ungated, and then if you can't get ungated, well, then you get your money back. I want you to really look at the BOLO wholesale side of the business as an opportunity for you to get into wholesale product sourcing. Now, I want to mention to you that currently the price of BOLO Search is $299 a month. That is a subscription, and that BOLO Search subscription is going up in price in 10 days from now. So if you're watching this on the replay, the price might have already gone up, but the price is going up in 10 days. And so if you have locked in your pricing, well, then you're locked in for life at the pricing that you have. If you've not signed up for BOLO Search, then you would just subscribe at the higher price. If for whatever reason your current subscription cancels, you would still need to resubscribe at the higher price. So if you have a BOLO Search subscription, don't let it cancel. It is an aspect to this Internet Mastery community that is going to grow quickly and become a massive source of incredible opportunity. But with that being said, I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that if you list an item on Amazon before you buy it, that is the strategy, right? You want to list it before you buy it to make sure you can sell it. The way to get ungated in categories and in brands is to be buying wholesale. However, there are no wholesalers that guarantee that an invoice will get you ungated. So I just want to make you aware, I want to remind you, and I want to be clear on this subject, that should you not be able to sell an item and you're buying the BOLO deals in the vendor side, the wholesale side, so you can get the invoice to get ungated. If you can't get ungated, you are still obligated to that purchase of those items the same way you would be for any other wholesale vendor that you're purchasing from. So I just want to make sure that your purchase is not predicated upon your approval to sell those items. Again, we'll do lots of Q&A, so please, if you have questions, just start posting them. So once I'm done with the overview, I'll be able to share the answers with you. So the purpose of this opportunity is to be able to have amazing products at awesome prices that are selling quickly. And I think that is going to be achieved. I really do. I'm super excited about where we're at. Again, remember, BOLO Vendor is in beta. So we're working with you and we understand you're working with us, and it's all part of the process. So if you purchase from BOLO Vendor and you get the invoice and you submit it to Amazon, and Amazon tells you that it could be up to 10 days for you to get ungated, that's the normal process, by the way, then don't worry. Right now, there are no admin fees for items at the prep center without plans in the BOLO vendor side. Let me say that again in case you watch this on the replay and then you try to tell me or someone else that I told you there were no admin fees at the prep center at this time. What I said was there's no admin fees if it is a BOLO vendor purchase and you're using that invoice to get ungated. If you don't get ungated the first time, and it's possible you won't, by the way, actually, let me backtrack. When Amazon tells you it's going to be 10 days, almost across the board, it's been 2 days. So just so you know what to expect. Now, sometimes Amazon is approving. We've had several people get ungated right away with the invoices from BOLO Vendor. We've had several people that have not been ungated and have been asked for more information. My guidance for you to that is to either appeal or submit a new listing and resubmit the invoice. I don't know why different things happen different ways on Amazon. I gave up on figuring that out a long time ago. But what I do know is that we've had people who have been rejected from being ungated and then resubmitted the invoice either in appeal or relisted the item and then resubmitted the invoice and then got ungated. So whatever your path is, that's okay too. You want to keep trying, keep appealing, and keep resubmitting. It isn't always easy to get ungated. Sometimes you can just submit an invoice and you're instantly approved. I've seen that happen too. And sometimes it takes resubmitting it 3 or 4 or 5 times. But the invoices have to work if they're working for some people. And if they're not working for everybody, nothing works for everybody. But if they weren't working for anybody, then we would need to go back to the drawing board there. So if you're a BOLO Search member and you're purchasing from the wholesale side, then that's a good thing. Keep that going, and we will keep you up to date as we're making more progress. Remember, again, it's in beta. We hope to have it out of beta by February when we have InternetMastery.live in Miami. And then that just means that all the kinks and bugs and whatever challenges have been worked out. So for everyone who's using that, thank you. Continue to post your questions in the chat box. That would be awesome. So we're going to be doing live interactive Q&A today versus specific content that I have. So please make sure your questions are being posted. Now, a couple of other just important things. For our Inner Circle members, you've got 24 hours left if you're planning on coming to join me for the premium live event in Cancun, Mexico. I believe it is the 7th and 8th of November. It is coming up really fast. So you've got 24 hours left. If you're going to join us, get a ticket. If you're not going to join us, that's okay. It doesn't matter where you stay. There's no obligation to stay where our event is going to be. And early next week, I'll have an agenda sent out to everyone who is attending, so you know what that looks like. Second announcement is in relation to our book event. Now, by the way, the Cancun event is not the same as the book writing event in December. They're AI related, but they're not the same event related. That event in December in Boca is really for anyone that is wanting to, has the desire to publish their own content, publish their own book. It doesn't matter if you have a subject, a topic, or an idea. All of that will be hashed out. And at that event in South Florida, here in Boca, I believe it is the second week of December, but I just put the video on Facebook so you can watch it. A lot of people were clicking through and saying there's no video, but the video's on the second page, so you have to be able to find it. So I put the video right where it is easy for you to see it. But you will leave that event with your book done and complete and ready to be submitted to Amazon for Amazon Kindle and for Book on Demand, where they print on demand when somebody orders your book. It's a great segue into tying into you having your own product that you're selling on Amazon, in addition to all the other amazing things that we sell. You'll also leave that event with the tools, the insight, and the information that if you wanted to publish a book of the month, you could do that too. We'll have some people that are going to do coloring books, some people will do journals, some people novels. It doesn't really matter. Whatever it is that you're excited about and passionate about, we'll be covering at that event. So I think it's about 70, 80% sold out. Those tickets went really, really fast. But again, I reposted that link, so if you need it, you can see that in the Facebook community as well. So let me talk to you now about Q&A. So I want you to start posting your questions. I was thinking, did I want to do another hour-long training topic on something today like I've done the last 3 weeks? And I thought, no, I'd rather just do Q&A on the questions that are coming up from all different types of people in our community, some new, some experienced, and that sort of thing. So the first one that I want to talk about is the category ungating and the brand restrictions. So there's a video, it's in Facebook, but it's also in the e-library. And if you haven't been to the e-library recently, you should go. Every few days, we post a new training topic, a new video in the insights and updates section. And then eventually it will be moved to a different section, but that's where it is currently. And when it comes to the category gating, I want to remind everybody who's new that Amazon has changed their policy recently, where it feels like everything is gated. Now, in this process, all Amazon did was change the way that they go through the approval for getting ungated. Back in the day, before Amazon made these changes, about 80% of the items that we would apply for, we would be accepted for. About 20% would be rejected. And the reason for the rejection is that you need to be purchasing wholesale and be able to provide wholesale invoices. So that would be for the rejection. Now, if you're applying in categories like shoes or clothes or jewelry that you can sell in regardless, then you're not going to get approved at all, let alone, 80% of the time. So 80% of the time we would get approved back in the day, and 20% of the time we'd have to provide an invoice. Now, one other thing to mention. There are categories like toys that you can sell in, but there are certain brands that you can sell. And I'm just going to call it Barbie just for this example. Now, what I want you to understand is it's not actually the brand that is restricted. It's the ASIN. Now, it's the brand on the ASIN that is restricted, but it's the way the item was listed as well. So there are certain times where a brand like Barbie is restricted, but there's also times where a brand like Barbie is not restricted. And again, you have to check every time. So I don't want to say that Barbie is restricted and therefore you should never list Barbie. Barbie might be restricted for you, but it is based on the ASIN specific to that listing that you can or can't sell. That's why sometimes you can sell one Sony PS4 game over here, but over here you're restricted for Sony PS4, and you say, well, I don't understand. They're both Sony PS4 games. I get it. They're both the same brand, but they're not both the same type of listing and the way the listing was created. So since we're not creating our own listings, we just have to make sure that we apply to sell. So it's going to feel as a new person, maybe even for some current sellers that have been with us for a little while, that it feels like lots are restricted. And they are. That's a normal feeling. But the percentage hasn't changed, just the process has changed. So now when you go to list the item, you're going to get the apply to sell button. You click the apply to sell button, and once you do, you'll get 3 options back. Now, I just did this week, and I applied. I had 8 or 9 items I needed to apply for. I think I was approved for almost all of them except one. And so this percentage just holds true across the board. But what happens is when you click the apply to sell button, you get either A, the opportunity for you to provide an invoice, which you can't unless you're buying wholesale, or 2, to watch a video, or 3, an instant approval. Now, if you have to watch the video, that's the same thing as an instant approval, because when you watch the video, they're going to give you some questions, you answer the questions, and you're instantly approved. The final instant approval is based on your performance. And so by definition, that just simply means that the better your performance within your account, the more you're going to be approved based on your performance. It's always better when you're starting a new account and you're brand new to sell as many low-priced, fast-moving items as possible to get that piece moving along as quickly as possible. So I just wanted to make you aware that if it feels like it is restricted, it probably is restricted more than you thought it might be. Sometimes this is a concept that's a little overwhelming for a new seller because they feel like they're being rejected all the time. I'm never going to find a good one. You will. You'll find a good one. You'll find many good ones. But remember that it just takes time to know what to look for and to know what your process is. So what I want to do, folks, again, just a quick reminder. Today, I just want to answer questions. So I'm going to answer some of the questions I've seen come up in Facebook. But if you would go ahead and post your questions that you might have here, that would be awesome. And then I will be able to answer them for you. Sometimes we don't get the questions till after we're done. And I'm not sure why that is, but that's okay. Don't be afraid. There are no bad questions. I mean, there's some silly ones, but there's definitely no bad ones. Okay. Another question that people have been asking a lot of is, how do I change my seller account from an individual to a business? In other words, from my Social Security number to my EIN number. Now, we can't really teach you how to do that in Internet Mastery because we can't teach you about the bylaws with the taxes and all of that. It's just beyond our scope of what we're able to cover, just from a legal basis in terms of LLCs, anything tax related. That's something that we can't necessarily create a video and give you a step-by-step on. What we'll encourage you to do is if you got your LLC through Prime Corporate, they will help you make that change in your account. But if you don't want to go through the hassle of doing that, you don't want to schedule that appointment, it's not hard to do. I mean, I can tell you how to do it. You log into your seller account, you go to your business settings, and from your business settings, you change your tax classification, and you retake the tax interview, and then you change it from your personal to your business. But that's as close to being as I can give you the answer there. So I've seen that question come up a lot. Corinne always answers it the same way, which is the perfect way to answer it, which is simply that you need to get with Prime or and so forth, because we can't give you tax advice. Another question that's come up a lot this week is based on, it's my fault, so I take ownership in the question, and that is for the event coming up in Boca. I told everybody that I'd be working on the venue hotel to try to get a room block. Unfortunately, we don't have it. It's not a big event. So we don't have enough attendees per the hotel. I spoke to them yesterday. We don't have enough attendees at the hotel to get any sort of room block or a hotel discount. So if you're joining us and you've got your ticket, you'll get some follow-up communication in the next week or so. But the location for the event is on the website where you signed up. So if you want to stay at that hotel, that's great. There's not a lot of hotels in the area. Sometimes people want to stay someplace else where it might be $10 or $20 a night less, no problem. You're going to have to rent a car or get an Uber, and the cost's going to be the same anyway. This happens to be a pretty nice hotel where we're going to be at. So that is the update. So I'm sorry we don't have a room block. I wanted to have a room block, but some hotels, this one in particular, require more rooms than we're going to have people. So I wasn't able to secure that. But the price of the rooms are not that bad anyway. Excellent. Let me talk. Marcy, I don't know the name of the hotel off the top of my head. If you go to the page, I just posted the link in the Facebook group. So if you click on it and you scroll down, it'll tell you what it is. If you can't find it, just send an email to support, and they'll send it to you. Okay. One of the things that let me just see the next question. Amazon sent me an email saying to remove a product they had approved to sell. Product is on its way to the prep center. What do I do to prevent it from being sent to Amazon? That's a good question. So you only have two options. Option one is if you have a plan, the prep center will receive it and the prep center will send it to Amazon. If you don't want it sent to Amazon, then you will have to delete your plan. And then when you delete your plan, it'll arrive at the prep center without a plan. The prep center will send you an admin fee that you'll have to pay. And then you'll be able to tell the prep center what you want done with that package, which will be to submit a return label to the prep center. So it is just one of those things that happens. There's no other way around it. Those are the only two options. So if you don't delete the plan, the item will get sent to Amazon for sure. And if you delete the plan, you'll need to pay the admin fee. And that's the work that it takes for somebody to get your item sent back to you. So hopefully that answers your question. Any further question or you want to follow up on that, please feel free to ask. All right, let's see the next question. Is there any way a box could be made in the repricer to type in the name of the product? So I'm not sure that I understand that. However, because the repricer is going to tell you the name of the product, but there is a section in the repricer for notes. So if you want to put in, for example, this is from this vendor, or this is from this supplier, or this is a wholesale product where the map pricing is this, if you drill down to the product level of that item inside the repricer, there's a notes section. So you should be able to put in there whatever you need to put in there. All right, let's see what the next question is. All right, okay, excellent. Now I'm just reading through here. If you send a form to the prep center, but the prep center sent you an email, what do you do? I don't fully understand the question. It's a very generic question. I don't understand the question. If you sent in a prep form and the prep center said you didn't send in a prep form, it's because you didn't send in a prep form. Prep forms can't disappear. They can be rejected for a multiple of reasons. But if you sent in a prep form and the items that you sent in match your items, then the prep center has your prep form. I'm not sure I fully understand the question, but please elaborate, and then I will elaborate on my answer. So let's see. I've been using BOLO Deals and BOLO Search. Hi, Seb. 80% of the sourcing stores such as Walmart and Target have secondary sellers with the offer to sell. I can't list it unless it's specifically from Target or Walmart. Do I have any control over the BOLO deals to weed out secondary sellers? The answer is unfortunately we do not. Our data comes directly from Walmart and it comes directly from Target. And by the way, I don't have an issue with secondary sellers on Target. I've never said in any training, Seb, just so you know, I've never said in any training that secondary sellers on Target are bad. I wouldn't buy from secondary sellers on Walmart. But what I would do is I would buy from secondary sellers on Target. I'll give you a perfect example. Musician's Friend is a great place to buy product to sell on Amazon. But Musician's Friend, for a lot of people, won't send items to the prep center. So Musician's Friend is a third-party vendor on Target. So if you type in musical instruments, for example, in Target, you'll get a lot of Musician's Friends products. I love buying those. So I wouldn't rule out third-party sellers in Target. I would only rule them out in Walmart. We cannot move those out at this time because of the data that we get from Walmart. If we could, believe me, I would do that in a heartbeat. At the same time, if you really understand, and I'm sure you do, so I'll just say this as a reminder. If you really understand the process of the reverse engineering, the purpose of the reverse engineering is for you to take an opportunity that you may not be able to sell and then use that as a lead-in to find other things that are similar to that item. So I wouldn't worry about that. That is literally part of the process. If you're only finding, I think if you're at 20% and you add Target back in, you might be at 40%. And I would say to you that if BOLO Deals and BOLO Search is helping you find product 40% of the time, it's worth your time. Because if you didn't have it, you'd be spending 10 times more hours just try to find something good. So hopefully that answers your question and helps. It's a great question. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's see. Marcy says, when will AI Lister be available to use? So Marcy, were you at the event that we did in New York? I think you were, right? Were you there? Just let me know. Were you there? Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. I don't remember. But there's no time frame right now for AI Lister for non-AI event attendees. How about that? Does that make sense? So the AI tools that we're coming out with are only available. And when you say it's not working, I don't know what you mean by it's not working. I just used it yesterday. So when you say it's not working, you have to be more specific to me. But just know this, I cannot troubleshoot your request individually in your account in a live like this. So you can always send a support ticket. You can open a ticket in live chat. But if you send an email to support, they can check on it for you and see what the issue is as to why. Maybe it's because do you not have access? Is that what you mean by it's not working? Are you talking about the eBay lister that's not working? What part of it is not working? So I can be clear for you. Excellent. So Seb says, my coach specifically taught me to avoid secondary sellers and only use Target. Okay, so you got to choose. So I don't know. I never want to disagree with what anyone says, but I'm just telling you what I would do. So what I would do is all I can say. So if I'm buying from Walmart, I only buy from Walmart. I don't buy from any second or third sellers. If I'm buying from Target, listen, Musician's Friend is a huge company. So if I bought Musician's Friend through Target, I'm not worried about being fraudulent. So again, whatever you decide, I'm good with. You want to go with that, go with that. Don't go with that, don't go with that. I know it might be a little confusing, but everybody's got different opinions, and that's what makes the world go round. When will the auto list to eBay and Walmart work on the AI lister? September of 2024. Maybe. There's no time frame. That's just a coming soon, cool little thing. So there's no time frame on that. And for those of you that have the AI lister, I covered that with you. But I'll cover it again and remind you, there's no time frame on any of that coming. You literally just copy and paste it. And it works perfectly. Just copy and paste it. When you log in, Marcy, so you're saying you can't use the AI lister to get the title or the description of all that stuff. So just send an email, and we'll make sure that it's activated for you. It should be activated for you. It won't list to eBay. That's not live. It hasn't been live. It wasn't promised to be live anytime soon. But that's it. That's all I got for you on that. Okay. So let's see. Any ideas when the wholesale will be able to split? No. So let me just help you on some of this. Okay. I don't have any updates on any time frames, on any software updates. I don't have any of that. So the wholesale analyzer splitter thing, I think is a cool concept. I love that Reyes said that we're adding that to our list of things to do. I think it's going to be awesome when it is. Right now, Instant Wholesale Analyzer literally works perfectly. You just split your spreadsheet into multiples and it works. It takes you 5 minutes to do that. So in the meantime, I would say keep doing that. I don't have any updates on when that's going to happen. Will I make another event like New York for the AI Lister program in September? I was not in New York. Jessica, so maybe. I don't know yet. I can't say for certain. Right now, we're still working through a lot of different things. I hope so, but I can't say for certainty. We have the AI event that's all about book writing. That's going to be in December in Boca. That's a different slant on AI than we took in New York. We have a very similar to New York event happening for Inner Circle members in Cancun in 2 weeks, but I don't know what 2024 is going to bring. So I will keep you posted on that. All right, next question. So can I go over how to set up the repricer? So I'm gonna refrain from going through how to set up the repricer here on this training. I'm actually working on a whole separate video. If you type in repricer into the Facebook group, Preston has an awesome video on repricer. I'm going to set up just a quick 3 to 5 minute video that I'm literally working on. So I'd say by tomorrow, we'll have a repricer video that you'll be able to look back on and use and reference. So thank you for the love of the repricer, but just hang in there for me, okay? Do you have an app for scanning yet? If you have an iPhone, yes. Just go to the App Store and type in Internet Mastery. It's $10 to download and then $10 a month as the subscription. For everybody that downloaded it back in September or in even when it first came out at the end of August, there was no subscription in place. So you paid $10, but you haven't been charged monthly, but you will be when the new update comes into place. You just have to re-up to do that. Okay, so if you have an iPhone, yes. If you have an Android, then it's coming. That's all I can say. It's coming. It's coming in 2024. I don't think it's coming this year. The reality is we're now, in the end of October. That leaves us 8 weeks, and there's Thanksgiving, Christmas. There's a lot of holidays going on. And so I just don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe sooner, but I'd rather say 2024. And not, I've been saying that all along, but this way I can underpromise, and if we get it sooner, we can over deliver. Okay, let's see. The app is amazing. Walgreens, yeah, I saw about that. I got my problem is, honestly, I have a problem with the app. If you've watched any of the videos that I've done, I'm not a big fan of in-store buying. I mean, that to me feels like an archaic way of doing the business, personally for me. However, it doesn't mean I don't do it, and it doesn't mean that there aren't incredible deals in stores, because there are some retailers that put items on sale in the store that are not on sale online. And they do that specifically, they do that specifically to get you into the store. Right? There's a lot of, once you get into the store, they know you're going to buy things that you wouldn't normally have purchased before. So when I go anywhere, I take out my phone and start scanning stuff in the store. Now I'm doing it partially because I want to test on the app and make sure it's working everywhere. But sometimes there's some great deals, and you can't help it. And it's a problem. It is. It literally becomes a problem because you go somewhere with people. They won't go with you anymore. They're like, I'm not going. My daughter at one point said to me, I'm not going to the store with you. It's not fun. All you do is scan products. I mean, it is sort of a thing. So if you have an iPhone and you haven't scanned anything yet, you should. And if you don't have an iPhone, you should get one. Really, you know how much it would solve the problem if you just bought an iPhone? It just is what it is. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions on any topics that you have. This is all open Q&A, so please feel free to post your questions, and then I will answer them, and That's all. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that you all have. One of the things that I want to make sure you understand, by the way, is as we get closer and closer to the holidays, it's going to be more challenging to fulfill your items via FBA. Now, let me tell you the good and then the not so good, okay? And the good is, by the way, I just posted a video. If you haven't watched it yet, it's about 3 minutes long, maybe it's a minute and a half long actually, on the success of Prime Day. And the success of Prime Day this year was massive, this middle of October Prime Day. In fact, if you look at our leaderboard, you can see that 2 days had an incredible spike. It's up like 93% over the other days in the last 90 days. But when you're looking at the holidays, so let me give you a little strategy here, okay? When you're looking at the holidays, you have November and December. So as many items as you can get into Amazon, you should, because what happens is the Prime buyers wait until the last minute to buy their holiday gifts. So you'll be able to fulfill FBM in December when it's too late to get your items to Amazon for FBA during the holidays. So you have to have kind of a dual strategy and do things in December you wouldn't necessarily do other times of the year. Maybe you send half of your inventory to the prep center and the other half of your inventory to your house. And then you just hold on to it so when it sells, you can send it to the customer. Now, the way you would do that is you'd create 2 listings for the same item. The first listing would be an FBM listing. The second listing would be an FBA listing. Send your items in. So I'll give you an example. For me, when I run really low on my supplements, I will, let's say it's coming in, but it's in transit. I make sure I have FBM available just in case. So this time of the year, as we get closer to the holidays, if you list the item twice, once FBA and once FBM, you can have 2 listings in your account for the same ASIN. And when your items are on the way to Amazon, maybe they don't get there in time, you can still make FBM sales. Now remember, FBM sales are going to be a lot less, but the closer we get to the holidays and the more inventory runs out for the FBA opportunities, FBM starts to kick in. Now once it kicks in, then it stops. And here's why. We all know that Christmas is December 25th. We know that. And yet, for some reason, there are some people who procrastinate. So around the 21st or 22nd of December, they say, shit, I need to get some inventory for, not inventory, I need to get some gifts for Christmas. It's coming soon. They had a whole year. But, we all do this, right? And so December 21st, 22nd, what are they doing? December 23rd, what are they doing? They're going to Amazon and they're clicking the Prime button and they're saying, what can I get today? What can I get tomorrow? Well, you won't be able to fulfill any of those orders if it's FBM. So having a 2-pronged strategy increases your sales as you get closer and closer and closer to the holidays. You shouldn't not send your inventory in, but you should maybe start to split it up a little bit and send some of it to your house for FBM, some of it to the prep center for FBA, and then have 2 listings for that item on Amazon. Remember that if you ever go out of town and you have an FBM listing, all you have to do is change your quantity to 0 and the FBM listing won't sell. Okay, so hopefully that just stirs up a little bit in you in terms of what to do as we get closer to the holidays. So Jessica asks, what is the BOLO event and when? So Jessica, if you right beneath the video, within the last hour, I posted the video and the link to the BOLO event. It is an AI event. It's a 2-day event and the whole goal is write and publish a book in 48 hours. If not, you get your money back. That's it. It's very simple. We're going to be using AI. We're going to be publishing the book to Kindle, to the Kindle KDP program. We're going to be showing you how to do book on demand, and we're going to write it. We're going to edit it. We're going to get the cover art. we're going to be all set to go for your own book by the time you leave. If not, you get your money back. That simple. Prior to the event, there'll be some assignments. It's in the middle of December. If you go to the link in the group, it'll have the info on the date, the times, the price, the location, everything like that. It's all there for you. So hopefully that makes sense. Excellent. All right, let's see what other questions. Do we have any more questions that I can answer for you that are just burning desire sort of questions? For all of our newest Internet Mastery Elite members that just joined us in the last week or two or three, again, I just want to say welcome to you. Utilize this Facebook community because it is made up of just phenomenal people. And then utilize your coach, and then utilize the e-library. Everything is here for you. We are on the way to $1 billion in sales, and I can't wait. By the way, somebody asked me a question the other day, and it was such a thought-provoking question. It was about the AI event about writing a book, and they said, "Well, I want to sell physical products, and I want to buy from here and go from here and do the retail arbitrage, then get into wholesale. Why would I even write a book? Like, why are we talking about this?" So just so you know, I've been wanting to do this for almost 10 years. There are companies that you pay them $30,000 and they hire a ghostwriter and they publish your book and they do all the work, and it doesn't cost them very much, but that's what they charge. And so I wanted to partner with them at one point so that our students could get their own book. I've written and published 6 books. And what happens when you have a book is, number one, it's credibility. Number two, it feels good. Number three, it's like a cool business card. But number four, it creates a really nice income stream with no physical product, but you own it. So it's your product. It's kind of like when somebody says, "I want to create my own brand or private label." Well, that's a lot of money and a lot of work. But if you had your own book and now all of a sudden you're a published author and now people are buying that book and they're downloading it to their Kindle and you're getting paid every time, and then you have a system on how you could do that over and over and over again, it's just another stream of Amazon income. We just happen to be tying it into AI because now we have technology that we never had before. It's really, really cool. And so what I'm doing with this particular class is I want to see if I can help some people write their book. We're going to keep it really small. We're going to see if we can do an intensive, write the book, get it published, and then see how much money can we make? How many books can we sell? And if it works as well as I think it will, we'll have more of these events. We'll see. It's just one of those, there's so many things going on that if we're not testing little areas to then bring to the community at large, there's no way to know whether it's going to work or not. We know it works. It's just how do we fit it into what we're doing? So good, excellent question. Excellent, thank you. Can I explain the promoter commission? Yes. So no venue for Miami yet. No, it's coming though. That's coming. In fact, I got down to 2 hotels. So I'm down to 2. As soon as I finalize it, you all will be the first to know. So next question is, can I explain the promoter program and the commissions? I can. This is something that we don't talk about enough. I want to congratulate everyone who's been using it because you've gotten some results and some of you have some nice checks coming your way too. So in the upper right-hand corner of your Internet Mastery community, there is an opportunity for you to sign up to be a promoter. And what a promoter does is it's somebody who gets a series of links. There's no cost to you to join. You just sign up, takes a minute. And then you'll get several links. The first link is the link to the initial webinar, webcast, a $40 intro that a lot of you went to. And if you sign people up there, you get paid for that. Then when they come to the summit and they sign up to be an elite member, you get paid on that too. So there's an opportunity for you if you have friends or family, you know people, want to post it on social media, share your link with people. And it's like an affiliate program, except we're calling it a promoter program because I think the word affiliate is overused. So it's a promoter program. I believe off the top of my head, you just get 20% of whatever it is that the person signs up for. I think it's between 10 and 20%, but I'm pretty sure everything now is just at 20% during this intro period. And so if you sign someone up and they, whatever they pay, you get 20% of, that's a cool little thing. And there are a bunch of different links. We've not done a whole lot on the building out of the program. Again, we launched that in August. It was just a on the side sort of soft launch. In Miami, we'll be doing some training on how to use it so you get another income stream. But what's really nice is that we've got some good checks that are going to be going out to people. So whatever month the sale is made in, the check is paid the first of the following month after the month. I'll give you an example. Let's say you made a promoter sale today, anytime in the month of October. It's not paid on November 1st, it's paid on December 1st. So you complete the month, and then it's 1 month behind from whatever month. That's just how we collect the funds and do all that and pay all that out. So that's a good question there. Hopefully that answers your question on the promoter program. If you need anything further on that, thank you for asking, by the way, because every week I keep meaning to mention it. I don't know why everyone wouldn't sign up as a promoter. It doesn't cost anything. You just click in the upper right-hand corner where your avatar is. You click the promoter button, you sign up, you'll get your links, and that's all I wanted to tell you there. Now, one more thing before I forget. Speaking of, I should have talked about this at the beginning, but speaking of Miami, remember that the price for, if you got your ticket, fantastic. The price goes up on November 1st. We had laid out a plan of price increases. November 1st, the price goes from $299 a ticket to $349 a ticket. So if you have your ticket, you're locked in. Awesome. If you don't have your ticket for Miami, you should lock that in sooner than later because the price goes up on November 1st. So you might as well save $50, put it in your pocket. The Miami event is going to be awesome. We got some special surprises coming, some updates coming. I can't go into it too much now, but it's coming. So if you're new and you've never met us before and never come to one of our in-person events, it's a good opportunity to get a ticket. We've got November, December, January. I think by the end of the year or so, we will be completely full, just based on the trajectory of a bunch of people signed up this week, the number of people that are joining. So that is all I wanted to cover there. So I think that's it. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to ask about, have me talk about, or have me share about today? This has been great. Thank you for all of your questions. I appreciate your input, your feedback, and that's all I wanted to say about that. So, all right. Well, if there's no questions, no additional questions, I should say. If there's no additional questions, thank you so much for being here, for joining me. Have yourselves a great week. Make sure you're there to watch all of the mentor sessions during the week, from Corinne to Camille to Carl to Preston. Watch them all. Work with your coach. Watch the videos. Immerse yourself in this opportunity. And I will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.